chose Lutheran General because I couples matched here, and this hospital just has a great reputation. My family, my loved ones all said, oh, you should choose here. And then during the interview process with Dr. Montgomery and Dr. Patton, it just felt like the right fit for me. And then a couple months later, I went to the resident dinner and I just loved everyone that I was meeting, and it felt right. I guess they tell you during residency, like, you'll know which place is the right place for you, and that's how I felt, and that's how my fiance felt as well for pediatrics.
I chose Lutheran because, first of all, I loved rotating here as a student. I had a great experience on my endocrinology elective. I felt like the attendings wanted to do a lot of teaching, and the residents were really nice and wanted to get me involved in what was going on. And growing up in Chicago, I knew this was a great hospital, a great program, and so I always wanted to try to get into Lutheran.
Kind of one of the biggest reasons was the people. Everyone was super supportive, very friendly. I did 3 months of rotations here as a med student, and I got to meet a decent amount of residents and attendings, and I absolutely loved everyone I met. Everyone was very friendly, very open, and it kind of got confirmed once I started as an intern. Everyone's very friendly and so supportive, and it's a really great culture and environment here.
I chose Lutheran General for the community atmosphere with the academic rigor that I was expecting from a program to build a foundation for my interest in fellowship opportunities.
Honestly, just how friendly everyone is. Everyone's super supportive, extremely friendly, and just very accommodating to everything.
One thing I was surprised about, kind of depending on the rotation that you're on, but especially, for example, in the ICU, is how much autonomy the residents can get with decision making and being involved with patient care, especially as senior residents when you're on night shift with not much support of other residents and you have to do a lot of things on your own and on the fly. It helps you feel like you're really growing a lot as a resident and learning to make critical decisions.
So I feel like I was really surprised about the fact that all the residents were super friendly. All the second and third years were very friendly with each other. There was great camaraderie, and everyone was very open and welcoming. I didn't feel like I was just thrown into the deep end. Everyone was very supportive, and even my co-residents, I feel like I can really count on them throughout my experience as an intern, being able to ask them questions and ask for help whenever I can.
Something that pleasantly surprised me about working here at Lutheran General was what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. So, March was a scary time. We, for everybody in the world really, and especially people in healthcare, as we, watched things on the TV and, what's gonna happen with us as we waited for our surge. So our surge came in, April and May. I felt, there was trepidation going into that, but our program was extremely supportive, made sure that everyone felt heard, that everyone's fears were addressed. Both the hospital and the program leadership contributed to that, to making the most out of the bad situation.
So I'm kind of deciding between HEMONC and infectious disease, and not really sure which way I'm going to lean towards, but I worked with the infectious disease doctors here and they were absolutely amazing. I learned so much on that rotation. And as for HEMONC, there's service and electives completely dedicated to oncology, and you get to work closely with the oncology doctors, and there's a HEMONC fellowship here, so either way I think my goals would be met coming here at Lutheran.
So my career goals, I'm most interested in primary care right now. I know that can change during residency, but that's what I'm drawn to currently. And at Lutheran, we have Nesset Pavilion, which is where we see our outpatients, and I just love the continuity of care because patients I've seen in the hospital on the Nesset rotation, I've also seen in the clinic now. So I just think that's an incredible experience to see both hospital life and outpatient with the exact same patients.
So I want to do a hematology oncology fellowship, and Lutheran has its own HEMONC fellowship program here, and so I thought that that was a really positive thing, potentially working here for a couple of years, getting to know the faculty, getting to know how the hospital works, and applying here then in my third year. So I think for like a HEMONC fellowship, or if you're interested in doing the other fellowships that are here, like a GI fellowship or a cardiology fellowship, it's definitely a big positive to the residents here that have those kinds of aspirations.
So I was lucky to have a few really close friends coming into this program and being able to train with them, but I've also developed friendships, lifelong friendships with people, you know, after having only been here for a year. You know, having people to support you and you support each other as you go through tough times, both intern year and a pandemic, was absolutely crucial to me. So I appreciate the community that we have here, and I don't know what I'd do without it.
So Advocate did a really good job of just choosing people that are very friendly and welcoming. So with my fellow interns, it feels like a family automatically. We have a group chat and we're always talking and people are always getting together, and it's just very friendly even in COVID times, which I think is very remarkable. And then with our senior residents, everyone is just very helpful and always just willing to be there and give advice, and it's a very family-oriented feel.
I'm one of the people that lives in the suburbs. I live with my husband and my dog. We have, before COVID and everything, we did arrange outings in the city, but still some of us in the suburbs will get together and go on like a trail run or visit a park, sit outside on patios, get together with our pets, lots of people with dogs.
You get a good work-life balance, you have plenty of time to study, and not only that, like your preceptors encourage you to study here and outside, and they make sure that you get out on time to take care of other areas of your life.
So outside of work, I spend a lot of time with my family. So my brother and sister-in-law, they live 6 minutes away, so I'm always going over there even if they don't really want me to. And so I spend a lot of time with my nephew and niece as well, and I just do a lot of cooking and spending time with loved ones.
So I love that Chicago is right along the lake. I'm from Michigan, so I'm used to lakes. I love going to Lake Michigan, just being able to sit there and enjoy time with my friends. Also, the food in Chicago is great. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the food there. Great desserts, great place to go, like Navy Pier, and great art museums as well.
Coming to Chicago, would definitely recommend going to the Riverwalk. Beautiful views, and if you haven't been to Adler Planetarium and seen the skyline view, that there's no other view on the planet that I think is as good as the Chicago skyline view.
I mean, there's a lot to like about Chicago, but I'd highly recommend you go to the planetarium and visit some of the conservatories here.
Something that I like about Chicago, one of the things that people don't always realize, is that Cook County actually has a really good park district. And so we have a lot of nature preserves, nature trails, so it's not hard. You don't have to travel very far to kind of escape a little bit and get out of the skyline.
I don't know. I feel like I like both. I can't make a decision yet.
Definitely Illuminati's. Giordano's is not good.
Ooh, gotta go with Illuminati's.
I'm a Luke's kind of guy.
Giordano's.
Ooh, I'm Illuminati's guy, hands down. That deep dish pizza.
Can I pick a third option?
Yeah.
Gino's East.